You regret about something you taught your pet? Like at first you thought was cute, and now you're like annoyed because your dog's full grown. Like the person that
you can't
thought
be
it was
mad at
cute
them
when their puppy used to suck their thumb.
But you
This
can't be
texter
mad at
says,
them.
Hold on, Ryan. This texter
what?
says,
What?
my puppy used to suck my thumb, and that was so cute when he was a puppy, but now he's just a full grown dog that won't let off my thumb.
Ooh, that's weird.
Oh my God.
That's weird.
Picture.
But I think I've adopted the Special K philosophy. You know, Kevin, when you let your dogs get older and everything, they're in their golden years. Let them be happy and everything. And like I've trained my dog to do something now that is terrible because when she goes to eat in the bowl, like her vision's really poor now, so she starts freaking out when she doesn't like sticking her head down into the bowl. So I started putting it on a paper plate,
Flat.
like a flat surface. That's the only way she'll eat her food now. But now she's become a diva. It's like if I try and use that same paper plate the next day, she's like, not eating this.
Is it? Tell me it's dry dog food, because if it's
dry
wet,
dog
I wouldn't
food.
want that plate.
No, it's dry dog food. But if there is a crumb or remnants or dust of dog food that's previously been eaten,
Wow.
she's just sticking her nose up in the air. Will not eat it. Will not eat it. So I've got to get a fresh
We
plate.
can talk to Sarah, and then we can talk about Sam's what she does with her dog.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome to the Rule and Ryan Show on 104.1 KRBE. Good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all
There.
doing?
Great.
Oh, they're great. Happy Monday to you. What's your pet regret?
Happy Monday. So I taught our dog how to sleep underneath the covers.
I love that.
Yeah,
Now, can I
that's
throw a dumb dog question in to see? Well, I'm kind of surprised the dog doesn't want to sleep under the covers.
But too
that's
hot?
something that we
They
welcoming.
get hot.
He does sometimes get out on his own and like goes and sleeps on the floor, but then when he gets cold, he'll come up in between us and paw at the covers to try to go under.
Yes. So sweet.
And
now you
sometimes
hate
it's
that.
annoying,
You just want them on top.
sometimes it's fine. Yeah.
Okay,
sometimes.
But does the dog do that in the middle of the night, or is like, say you and your mate just want to hang out in the bedroom?
It's
Does your
mainly
dog,
just at night that he'll paw
Like-
at the covers.
like in the, like 2 hours when you're about to sleep, or like at the beginning, so you guys couldn't even like cuddle if you wanted to cuddle together. The dog would like
Correct.
block.
What do you do when it comes to like romance time? Does the
That's what I'm
dog
saying.
get shown the door?
No, if it's at night, we just put him off of the bed. But if it's like during the day or anything, we'll just put him in the other room.
Okay, there you go.
Don't let him watch.
So is the lesson do not
No,
let your
I don't. I
teach your
would
dog
never
to
want
go
the
under
dog to
covers.
watch. That is awful, Eric.
But Sarah, thank you for calling the show. We
Why
appreciate
do you
listening
let
to
it?
the Rule
You
and
let
Ryan
Sebby
Show.
watch you?
I think he goes under the bed.
He's like, what are they doing?
It's an earthquake happening. What's going on?
And why was it so quick?
It's a short tremor. What's going on?
I want to go to Vanessa and then we'll get to
Floor on a
Sam's thing, because some people are texting already about what Sam's thing is. But Vanessa, what did you teach your dog to do and now you regret that? Hello.
I think Kev said that she dropped.
Oh, I'm sorry.
dropped.
Yeah,
Oh.
but she said that her parents taught her dog to be what? You read it,
What?
Carla. I don't know
To
what.
slurp?
To slurp?
To make a slurping
Oh.
sound. Oh, to be opposed to a slurping sound. So whenever Vanessa would eat soup or noodles, if she slurps, the dog freaks out?
Thought it was her food. Like, you're eating my food because she hears the slurping noise.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
it.
so Sam, tell everybody what you do that,
Kept you up all night
with
Well,
this.
because of this.
Right.
Disturbing.
Okay. So when Misty was a little puppy, I always thought it was adorable because she has like the tiniest little head. You can follow her at Misty Bloomerl on Instagram.
That's her own Insta.
She has her own Insta because everybody would be so annoyed if I posted every photo of her. I mean, she's in like probably a lot of my photos. Anyways.
80%.
Yeah, for sure. It's either that or booze. But no, so it was so cute because she had this little head and she could fit her head inside like the water glass. So I allowed her to drink water from my cup because I was like, oh, I don't care. Like, that doesn't freak me out. She was thirsty. Why not? But now that we're older, or now that she's older, I'm older as well. But now that she's older, she refuses to like drink from her water bowl. And I always have a glass of water by my nightstand. So last night, she was so annoying. I was really tired. She kept crying and sitting on the edge of my bed right by my nightstand just
But it's learned behavior, Sam. You did this.
and she
You
just
wanted it
kept
this way.
doing it because she wanted my dang water glass.
So what do you do? Do you put the glass and just do it once, or and
I
just
did.
end it?
I was
or?
like, I tilted it, and then I'll have to like tell her to slow down because otherwise she'll drink too much water, and then she's like, bleh, you know. And then
Sam,
there's
you're like
oh
one
my
step
God.
away from
I'm
peeing
like-
her baby bottle. I mean,
Of course, anything for her. But I was just so annoyed. I was like, you have your water over there. And I'm trying to be nice because Mark's sleeping, my husband, and I'm just like, this little dog, I'm going to kill her.
Is it an
you
open
can't get-
glass
you
of
can't get
water,
mad at her.
Sam? Like she could topple over and make a mess, or do you have
I
like
was
a
wondering,
closed lid on it?
Did she knock it over?
Oh, no, it's open
Sippy
glass.
cup.
So I'm laying
Oh,
in bed.
man.
Just picture this. Laying in bed under the covers. I have to reach over with my right hand. I sleep on the right side of the bed. Grab the cup. Slowly tilt it so that her little head can fit perfectly inside of it. And then you just hear the little...
Do you know how unsanitary that is for you? There are so many.
And then you drink after her.
You're
In the
going
middle
to
of
get
the
like
night, you forget.
K919 or
I've
something.
been
man.
really good. I haven't been drinking after her because you guys have brought to my attention that maybe that was not the smartest idea.
So up until a year ago, you were.
Oh, for sure. Like
Until we
before
met
I
you.
came on the show, absolutely.
There's
And if-
video of the, right? That slam given
Yeah, oh,
at
yeah.
your
Yeah,
Instagram.
I'll try and repost it because her little head gets stuck in the cup. It's hilarious.
She's a cutie.
She's super cute. She's only 10 pounds, but yeah, she sleeps under the covers with us. I mean, I took her out to the bar last night.
Sam.
She's chilling.
Once again, drinking after your dog, just Google it. It can cause bacteria, cause severe intestinal disease in
They
human
like their
beings.
stuff.
You will get sick. Oh, you got to stop doing
The
this.
thing is, I like to live life in the fast lane, and those germs.
You're going to live life on
Lane.
the pod, is what you're
On
going
the
to live.
bacteria lane.
It's Rula and Ryan's Couples Court, 104.1 KRBE.
All right, court is now in session.
Go to krbe.com to be part of Couples Court. It's where you are bickering with your mate over the same thing or something big that's, separating the two of you from having a harmonious union. And bring it to us. We have unbiased opinions. We don't know you, so we just go with what we hear and what we know. You can go to krbe.com. We get you both on the phone so we can hear both sides to the story and see where we want to go from there. So we're going to welcome our couple today. It's Eddie and Kate. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Morning.
guys. So, actually, Eddie was the one that messaged us. We're going to let you take the stand first in couples court. Eddie, plead your case.
So Kate and I, we've been dating for like a month. I don't know if we're quite official yet. We haven't had that talk.
Are you guys like in a monogamous relationship? Would you say that you're both not seeing other people?
I'm not. I can guarantee I'm not, and I don't think she is either.
Kate, are you seeing anybody else?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay.
And also, remember, Eddie, it's called Couples Court. So you believe you are a couple to be in the court. So there you go. We just awkwardly solved this for you guys. Congratulations, you're official.
Case closed. We're done.
So you guys were dating for about a month, and what's going on?
Last Friday, I invited her over to cook. She put on her flip-flops. She said they make her feel comfortable. And she left them off, and we cooked. We had fun. We talked. We had a good time. She left a little late, and I guess my puppy chewed on her shoes. And I get a text from her the next day saying I owe her $120.
What?
Exactly.
Flip-flops? They cost like $3 at Old Navy.
Exactly.
All right. So, Kate, what's the story? Why are you wanting to charge him $120 for flip-flops?
Well, first of all, they're not just flip-flops. They're Tory Burch sandals, and that's why they're that expensive. And he ruined my property. His dog chewed up my shoe. $120 sandal. He chewed on it.
Now, did you not see him doing it so you could snatch it from him? Or was this like later since he said your shoes were off? Did you not see it till before you left?
We were having sex.
Oh, so you couldn't.
So you
That'd be
should've
kind of
noticed.
awkward.
God. Yeah, we're not watching the dog.
Has the dog been like, it's like a thing the dog does? Oh, he chews up everything he sees, or was this like a random chew?
He's frisky, but this never happened. No.
Well, I mean, Eddie, it's your dog. The dog chewed up your girlfriend's fancy sandal. I mean, you should pay for it.
I don't mind helping, but, those they were old, for one. They're not worth $120. Like,
That's a good point. Yeah, why should he have
Kate.
to pay full price? Why should he
Yeah.
pay full price?
He's just saying they were old because he doesn't understand what they look like. He just
Well,
doesn't.
give us an idea, Kate. How old were these sandals? Were these like your recently purchased or over a year old?
I'm
at
going to say
least
over a
3
year
years.
old, but I take care of my shoes, my
Okay,
clothes.
so they're over a year old and you're wanting full restitution.
And also they could be over a year old, guys, and not used a lot. I mean, girls have lots of pairs of shoes. So your Tory Burch sandals have been destroyed by Eddie's dog.
Eddie, if you're wanting this girl to be your girlfriend, you're not starting off good. I mean, why being such a cheapo on this?
It's the principle. Those shoes were old. I feel like she's trying to take advantage of me.
Well, I'm looking online at how much these go for, and you're kind of getting off on the cheap side because some of these Tory Burch sandals that look like flip-flops, They're like $198, $228.
But they're new.
If you were into her, you would do whatever it took to make her happy at this early stage of your relationship.
And Kate, if you were into him, you'd probably let this go and say, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys like each other that
I
much.
don't think this relationship's going to work.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
It's only
Eddie,
been a
just
month.
pay up.
We're fighting over money here.
I mean, you guys, what do you think, judges? Don't you think you should pay up? Be the
I think this is
chivalrous
the
guy.
death nail to this possible relationship, honestly, is what I think it is. If you're having this conversation right now and you're newly dating, what's the right thing? If you were just the neighbor and the dog chewed up the shoes, yeah, you owe her for the shoes. No matter what they cost now, you got to buy her a new pair.
Do you have the money?
You're not going to find her a used pair to
maybe
buy
Eddie
her.
doesn't have the money. I remember when I was dating my wife, then girlfriend, I was living check to check. I didn't have an extra $120 to pay for some shoes.
Then
got
don't
money
have a
to-
dog that chews people's shoes, Eric.
I have enough money to pay for my dog and my dog food.
He's got enough money for his dog. He doesn't have enough money for the girl that he's sleeping with.
You don't put that in your priority box.
Oh, did you just say that?
Wow.
You don't put that in your priority box?
You've had the dog longer than the girl, right? Than Kate.
Can we let them answer this
disappointed in
question?
you.
Do you guys want to be together anymore after this? This is real souring.
I think the biggest problem is that he's not validating what I'm saying. And I would love to see him again, and I would love to continue what we're doing, but he's not a very good listener, and I think that that's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, that's a telltale sign. He's not listening to her.
I don't think he has the money, personally, guys. I think he's
Is that
embarrassed.
true, Eddie?
I don't know what she just said.
She just said,
He wasn't listening.
oh my God. She said you don't listen. You don't validate her feelings.
And Eric said you don't have the money to pay for the sandals, and that's why you don't want to pay for the sandals. Or is it the principle of you don't think you should?
It's the principal.
So it's the principle. It's not the money. Then you know what, Kate? Hit the eject button. This guy is not listening to you, and he has no interest in ever listening to you.
That says it all right there.
You know, I always tell my daughter in the beginning of a relationship, when you start dating, this is as good as it gets. And if this is as good as it gets, is this what you want?
I don't
That's not
believe
true.
that, Ryan.
I don't believe that either.
I do not
You should
stand by
woo a girl
as
in the
good as it
beginning.
gets. Heck no,
I'm
there's
just
so
saying.
many levels to love.
Well, I get that, but I'm just saying, as far as like the whining and the dining and being chivalrous, most guys, they're putting on their A game in the beginning. They're trying, reel him in. And if this is as good as he is,
I don't know.
I don't know if I'd want to stick with that.
Or it could always be like your chip that you always roll it back to, like you're going to be together 10 years ago. Remember when we first met, you were being a cheap Charlie about my shoes?
I was on Romance or No Chance with Rule and Ryan.
Rula, they came to couples court for a simple reason. Should he pay for the shoes? I say yes. Eric, Rula, what do you guys say?
I say if you really like her enough to want to continue on with her, you will make it right by her. And Kate, if you like him enough to continue on with him, you'd let it go and not make it such a big deal.
That's not a verdict, Rula. You got to say, does he pay for the shoes or
I'm
not?
trying to save the relationship if it's worth saving.
It
Kate,
doesn't
if you got
sound
in a
like it.
wreck, if you were driving to his house to go meet him for dinner and you got a wreck, would you make him pay for the car?
That's not the same, Eric. His dog chewed up her property.
She was
This
not going to go to his
just the
house for dinner
neighbors,
unless
if
he
these were
invited her.
Yeah, if these were just two neighbors, I'd say yes, you owe her a new pair of shoes. These are people that want to continue to see each other naked. I think they're making this a big deal. And if this is such a big deal, this is not going to work.
I side with Kate.
And I do too. So that means pay up, cheap Charlie.
I want to file an appeal.
We'll take it to the federal courts.
You don't like this at all. Well, we do say thank you so much for listening to the Rule and Ryan Show, guys. And, we've had fun with this. Like, obviously it's tongue-in-cheek sarcasm fun, but, whatever you guys want to do, we wish you the best of luck in that, as long as you're both happy on both sides.
Thanks, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check in with Rula and Ryan's listener line.
You have 912 messages. Please tell people to stop complaining about Ryan.
104.1 KRBE.
All right, the number is 713-278-VENT. If you can't get through to us on the air, you can always call that. And we just ask that you try and keep the message down to around a minute or so.
Ryan doesn't like hearing you go on and on about your life. He doesn't care about
Which
you.
is more editing for me.
He's like, oh, God, what's this person talking about?
He's vested. 30, 40 seconds he's vested. Minute 20, he started to fade out.
Yeah,
by
I got
three.
the
Think of your
Fan of a-
voicemail like a YouTube video. You're probably not going to be checked in after about 45 seconds to a minute.
Pretty much. Like I've got a goldfish attention span. Let's start with a listener line about the Ambien stories, because we were doing Ambien stories the other day. Somebody actually engaged in a life-saving rescue while under the influence of Ambien. Y'all listen to this.
Hi, I have an Ambien story. A few years back during the Memorial Day flood, we lived near the bayou and woke up to 6 inches of water in our home. We lived a few blocks down from my husband's grandparents. And we thought, okay, we'll just walk there. And our baby at the time was 6 months old. So as we open the door, the water, floods in. It's just rising rapidly. We can't get out. I'm holding our child above my head where the water is up to like our shoulders. We're getting out of the apartment complex. We get down to the road and we see her truck coming, and she drives into the water, and we jump into the back, and, she reverses out, and we are safely back to her house. And we go to sleep. The next morning, we all wake up for breakfast, and she says, "What are you guys doing here? How did you get here?" And we're like, "You picked us up." She totally had no idea what she'd done. She had taken Ambien, as she does normally, to sleep, and we'd woken her up, and she rescued us and had no memory of it.
Dude, that's a believe it or not and Ambien story, 2 for 1.
Man.
Holding your
Holy
baby
smokes.
above the floodwater, being
Why would you even take Ambien that night, like with that storm going on?
I don't know.
I want to be
the rain that puts me to sleep.
I want to be alert though, because everyone was worried. Remember?
Do you want to be alert, Mister? I slept through her.
Yeah, maybe she wants to just sleep through
I'd
it.
like to stay awake. I just can't do it. I'm telling you, even when I was 20, I became an old man. 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'm like, I'm tired.
I feel that.
I could do something at 8 in the morning, the same thing I could do 2 in the morning. I don't need to be up.
And sidebar on that, because, Sam, you also chimed in. I think this is like the legit way people think, like, is that exciting enough for me to leave the house for? Now that the vaccine is out and so society is trying to return to, like, I've been getting more and more things on my calendar. I was saying how really my calendar's been empty for a year. I've never had to look at the calendar. Now I have to actually look at it. When is it? People going to use, like, how long is the COVID excuse going to go for? Like, you were using it as a like, I don't know.
I can't make it
yet because of COVID.
I don't know.
Because you don't want to go. You want to flake out.
Right.
8 years later.
8 years later.
I'm just not comfortable right now. Okay, how about a listener line call where size can be deceiving? And this young lady, she's not very tall, not very big, but man, she proved how tough she is. Listen to this.
When I was in the military, I had gotten deployed to Iraq, and I'm a 5'2", I'm pretty short, 100 pounds, and when I first got to Iraq, the guys tend to kind of pick on girls because they're bigger than us. And this really tall guy, he's about 6'5", so he says, you wouldn't be able to, like, put me on a chokehold and put me to sleep. Because he was so tall, he got on his knees, and when I put him on a chokehold, a few seconds later, he stood up. I'm still hanging from his neck, and he just fell back on me on the floor, and he fell asleep. Everybody was like, like going crazy, and when he woke up, he was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe you put me to sleep. I'm sorry I ever thought you weren't going to be able to do anything. So after that, nobody messed with me. So my whole tour in Iraq was easy after that. So thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Wow, look at that. We used to have an intern who was like that. She was,
I remember,
a pistol packing mama who had been in Iraq. She was ex-military, and nobody would ever guess this girl could take you down.
She's 5'1".
Yeah, it sounds like the girl they just called. She's like probably 100 pounds, not even. Soaking wet, maybe she was 100 pounds.
Right.
That's pretty awesome.
Don't you, when you fall asleep, don't you make that noise too? Like, you kind of snort when people get knocked. Because you see fight videos then when people get knocked out, they start making that noise like a pig.
God, I've never seen that.
I
just feel like when you wake, you shake awake. You shake awake on an airplane. Like what happened?
Yes, like you
shake awake.
That's the worst.
All right, let's jump down to, do you remember the other day we had a listener line call where the guy, he had a long-standing beef with his brother because his brother slept with his then wife?
Oh, yeah, my God.
Got her pregnant.
So it's been 7 years. The child is 7 years old now. The man who was married to the woman, he did not clarify if he had like a new mate or anything.
That's a panic button.
But his ex-wife is with his brother and their baby, who's now 7. And he figured the question was, is the hurt worse that they cheated, or is the hurt worse that he's cut them out? Like, what was the answer there? So somebody had advice for him?
Yes, this woman had advice for him.
Listen, a person cannot deny love or passion. It was mutual. They both loved each other. She was not his partner, and partnerships are not for life. Relationships are not forever. So I say he needs to let it go and move on. And if he can't get past this, he needs to go find a therapist to help him and show him how. Tomorrow's not promised.
Guess what? If I say I do, I want tomorrow promised. I'm sorry, I disagree with that.
Relationship should be forever. When you say we're doing this forever.
Yeah. Or if my brother screws my wife and gets her knocks her up, that's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, and also we forgot that extra detail to tell this audience who's listening now. They tried for a long time to have a baby, and they could not create a baby. And then she gets knocked up by the brother, which was an extra stab.
What a stab.
Ugh.